What's up, guys? It's SubiDK here, and today we're gonna talk about my first autocross, which was yesterday. And yeah, we're gonna talk about how it went. We're gonna go through all my runs. There's 4, and I'm gonna go over what I changed and what I did and how I can improve and all that. So the autocross I picked was the run by the SCCA. It's the Sacramento series because I'm from Sacramento, so it was still an hour away from me, but anyway, the one reason why I picked the this series was if you ever seen autocross, they have like it usually has cones and like they tilt them so it points which way you should go and all that. Here in this series, they take chalk and they mark it from cone to cone, so like it's the whole track's outlined, so it's much easier to follow and you know better where you're going and all that. So it was much easier, and I thought it'd be a better first kind of place to go. So, alright, so my first run was pretty slow. I got a 58 seconds, 58.32, or yeah, 0.32, and so it was my first run, my first autocross ever, so it was my first ever run. I was checking the track out mainly and wasn't really pushing that hard, and I got a 58. So for comparison of how bad or whatever, how bad or good it was compared to everyone else, so the best people were running, I think, 48s in a car, because there's also a kart class, and that's not really comparable because they're ridiculously fast and grippy. So I was about 10 seconds off, which is huge in autocross, but still, these people have been doing it for a long time, and I think it's a pretty good start. So alright, so I'll roll the clip, and this is my first run. So alright, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so as you guys saw, I was it wasn't that bad. I was checking the track out, and actually for that run, I had the traction control completely off. So you saw how I almost lost it in the last 2 corners. I mean, the last 1 corner where I had to correct it back. So for this next run, I changed the for those of you who own BRZs, they have that next to the shifter. They have the 2 buttons. One is a sport button, and one is if you hold it, you turn the traction control completely off. I just press the sport button, so it doesn't turn it off fully, but it like lets you rotate. Like when you're spinning out, it doesn't shut your computer or engine like down completely like it would normally, but it lets you, before you spin out, it catches you. So I knew that this would be much better for me because these tires are very worn out. They're not good at all. Pretty much, they're all season tires, and they're really bad. And that thing saved me a lot because I knew I could push harder into the corners without me having to worry about spinning out and all that. And especially with the car setup how it is now with the turbo, it was honestly, I could have went faster if it was stock, because it was so hard to keep the power down, because I was my back end was trying to kick out everywhere. But so before the second run, too, another thing that happened is actually one of the people there rolled their car. which is crazy. They rolled it twice. They did 2 rolls, and it was ridiculous because autocross is usually a pretty safe thing to do, you know, safe events. And he rolled his car, so that really scared the crap out of me for the next run. And he was one of the only 2 people who had a full-on roll cage in their car, and he was the one to flip his car. So it's kind of bad, but also like a good thing that it was him, not anyone else. Because some Miata people out there, there's no requirements for any roll bars or anything like you would on a track. So some people were running Miatas with their top down, no roll bar. So it would have been much worse if one of them flipped. But it was right before the finish, that really tight corner as you saw in the video, and it has a bump, and I think he hit the bump. He was completely sideways and he hit the bump and he totally flipped. It was also an older car, it wasn't as low as these, so you know, stuff happens. But alright, so for my for this next run, I turned on the other button, not the traction controls, completely off, and you'll see how much better I did lap times. And actually I beat the lap time 2 seconds in this run, and I got a 56.158, so 2 seconds faster, and you'll see in the video how much quicker and better it handled throughout the course. So yep. So as you guys saw, this run was much better than the previous one, even though I had way more understeer because I was pushing a lot harder. So after this run, I went to decrease the tire pressure by I think it was because I was running street, tire pressure is like 35, and actually I had the oil change the day before, so the people there adjusted my the shop, they adjusted my tire pressure, and when I checked, it was just all over the place. It wasn't even at 35. The left was different than the right, and the rear was different. Everything was all over the place. So I adjusted that, and I went from a 35 or whatever was in the tire to a 30, I think, or it was, I don't remember, it was 30. I know I just I decreased it a lot more than I was supposed to, and you'll see in the next video, in this next run, how my understeer was just awful. I slid for a solid I don't know, I totally missed a corner, and I slid and missed a cone by like inches. And if you hit a cone in these runs, they give you, it's a 2 second, they add 2 seconds to your lap time, which is just a run gone, because 2 seconds is just a lot in autocross, because people are beating others by tenths of seconds. So yeah, so I almost hit the cone. I didn't hit any cones throughout the whole day, so that was good. And yeah, the whole adjustment with the tire pressure was not good, and you'll see how bad it was. And Alright guys, so as you saw in that video, the whole decreasing the tire pressure was not good. I slid for a solid 3 or whatever feet and almost went to a complete stop. And the lap time, honestly, it was only 0.7 seconds slower than the previous one, so it could have been a lot better lap time if it wasn't for that one mistake. But after that, I pulled off and I increased the tire pressure to a 32 in the front, because in the backs I didn't really need to increase anything. So I increased it in the front to a 32, and this next clip you'll see the last run. I did a lot better. I beat the time by 2 seconds, so I got a 54.2. So comparing that to the fastest car, which was I think they ran a 48, and it was and I think it was there might have been there's a GT3 that was running 39s or something. So that's only what, 5 seconds off. For my first time ever autocrossing, it was pretty good. And yeah, you'll see how much faster that was. And actually for this clip, I actually have a clip from the outside of the car too, so I'll roll that right after the GoPro footage. I'll have the outside view. It's not the greatest, it's a little blurry, but it wasn't me filming, so you have to bear with me, but at least I got one from the outside. So yeah.
He needs to better a 54, 55.5. You got a 54.5 this time. 54, 220. Nicely done, young man. Nicely done. Getting ready to finish up.
Alright guys, so as you saw that was a lot better, and it was I felt a lot faster, and the traction was a lot better. Or I still got a lot of understeer, but it was the lap time speaks for itself. From the beginning of the day, I increased it by 4 seconds, which is a lot. I mean, decreased it by 4 seconds, which is a lot. So I think Autocross is a very fun event, and I hope me showing you this and talking about it and all that, it inspires you to do it too, because the people at this event were one of the nicest people that you'll meet in the automotive industry. Like, they're very helpful, and everybody told me all the what class to take. I had to go into the Super Street Mods, which is one of the higher classes, which would be better if I was in like novice or the lower classes, but since I have the turbo on my car, I had to be thrown into that class. So I didn't really look at the results. It was probably pretty bad, but I I feel like I feel like it was pretty good, and hopefully it inspires some people to go out there and do it yourself, because this is my daily, and I still went out there and I had a blast, and people were coming out there with Mazda 6s and regular cars. There's a guy in a truck, and everybody's just out there to have great fun, and I've already made a lot of friends, and everybody was just really nice, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos, and there'll be plenty to come. I'm already looking at the next events coming up because I really liked it. And oh, actually, for the people that want to get into it, the costs are, it's $50 to go out there. You get 4 runs, and I think it's a $75 for membership, and then you pay only $35 every time you show up. So if you do the whole series, it's worth it. But if you just go once in a while, it's not. So, but $50 is not that much to go out there and go out there on this fun course in this environment where you're not gonna hurt anybody, and you know, show what you got in your car and have fun with it, push your car, and become a better driver. So I encourage people to do it. So in the future, next month for this car, actually, since I've been there, I found out what I need. So I've never actually got an alignment on this since I got the coilovers, and this thing really needs an alignment because it shouldn't be raking traction that much. And honestly, every time I do U-turns, I can hear the wheel squeaking. I don't know if it would be the diff, but it's not welded or anything, so it doesn't really matter. But I'll be getting an alignment, and then after that, I'll be getting, I was gonna switch the wheels and the tires, but I'm just gonna wear these tires out until they're almost gone, because if I'm not gonna get that much more money off of them right now if I sold them with the wheels. So I'll be getting new wheels and new tires soon after I wear them out after a couple events. And if you guys like the video, subscribe, like, and there'll be plenty of videos coming soon, more events, and probably some track events soon too. And hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.